Hey guys, good morning. It's Coach Scott. It's just about to start here. Got 27 seconds. I don't need a training plan. I do want to change my weight if I can. I knew this one was a little high, but we're 241.2. About to start. I'm coming. Oh, look at that. Look at that timing. It's just me and Romans here today. I know that London isn't the active world. Romans probably thought it was just going to be him. I knew Ron texted us this morning. Said he wasn't going to make it. For a second, I thought we were going to get a Todd Seiden sighting today. He actually said he was going to go on the on Zwift, and then he's just not here. It's all right. We kind of rolled out of bed a little late today. Trying to get the YouTube up. There we go. Seems to be working. All right. Everything's just creaky. Couldn't let Romans be the only one here. Not when he's an hour ahead of us. Or behind us, sorry. That's just embarrassing. Alright. Try to find a little groove here. I tell you, my legs are they're sore. They're tired. Could just be because I got up late. I didn't get much sleep. Went to bed after 11. Dog woke up at 2:15. Tell you, man, that dog waking up in the middle of the night is, I think it really rattles me sometimes. Well, it really messes with my sleep. Sometimes if it gets me early enough, it wakes up 11:30, 12, I can kind of recover with 4 hours. So when he wakes up in the middle of the night, and he was out late last night too. Before we went to bed, we let him out. He was acting all funny. He wouldn't come back in. He was barking at the neighbor's yard, so I'm guessing there was a skunk or a deer or something. Just trying to keep this nice and light today. That's the goal. We're not doing a training plan. I gotta tell you right now, the way I feel, I'm like, thank God I'm not doing a training plan today. Quads are sore, tight. They're just tight. I think we picked a nice flat course for today. Hey Matt, I tried to make it last night. baby was acting up. I know Jay did like a race, not a race, a ride. I wanted to go. That's the way those things work, huh? You go out with best intent. Did you do like 35 miles yesterday? I feel like I saw that on Strava or something. Like, did you do an hour beforehand? Nice, man. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing your stuff. Same with you, Romans. I think our friend Lauren said she was going to come at the 6 a.m. ride. And maybe BT will show up. The Booze household getting a little extra snooze button this morning. It happens sometimes. Good choice. Good choice. Change your habits. I had to do some of that the other day with the ice cream. It's like literally it's such a, for me it's like such a habit. I don't even think about it, just to grab something that's not healthy. So now I'm just trying to have healthier choices around. Try to get my brain to think differently. I had a good day yesterday. The rest areas on the pike, I know them well. I can tell you, Connecticut has way better rest areas. Connecticut is like, New Jersey has them all over the place, but Connecticut has them has really nice ones. And I love that when you drive from Connecticut into New York, you can tell just by the quality of the road. It's like you go from nice and flat Connecticut, nice and smooth. You go to New Jersey. The New York road, the New York ones are terrible. The New York rest stops are horrible compared to Connecticut and Massachusetts and New Jersey. Would you agree? I think Connecticut's got to be one. I'm going to go with Massachusetts number 2, only for cleanliness factor. Because New Jersey gets a little bit too much, too crowded, and New York, New Jersey's 3 and New York is 4. That's how I rate. And Rhode Island, I don't even know if they have any. That's my rankings. That's my rest stop rankings for New England. Although I'm leaving out those Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and technically I don't even think that New York and New Jersey are part of New England, but there's nothing good in any. Well, there's nothing good food-wise. I'm boycotting McDonald's. I won't tell you why. People get mad at me. It's not because it makes me fat. Personal reasons. I feel like I've been riding for a half hour already. Vermont and Maine, huh? I don't go up there enough. We went through Vermont to go to... Actually, we went through Vermont to go to Mont Tremblant. We went up 91. I don't even remember there being any rest stops on 91. Maybe it's just not a good state. Meal prep. It's a good idea for you, Maddie. Have all the food you need on the road. Only a couple in Vermont. I remember we actually pulled off the side of the road when we went to Mont Tremblant in Vermont. We found this cute little diner. I forget where it was. I'll never remember where it was. But we liked it. So we, on the way home, we stopped there again. I tell you, when my daughter Sam was younger, we used to do meal prep all the time, and she didn't eat enough to like really kind of infringe upon our supply of food. So we'd make something, we'd have a couple days worth. Now it's like we make something, be lucky if we get an extra day. Maybe we make a lot. We have to consciously like make extra food. Costco today. Had to bring the baby. Me and the baby. Not the baby all day. Not gonna get a lot done. Might as well go to Costco. I'm a little scared though because we kind of ran out of everything lately. You ever just have one of those times where you just run out of everything? Like everything. Like no ketchup, no mustard, Parmesan cheese, pasta. Everything's gone, so I can buy everything. Tuna. We don't eat a lot of tuna, but it's not bad. Gotta make sure we're stocked up before the revolution happens. God knows what's gonna happen next month. I just hope it's televised. Come on, legs. I don't really use ketchup. It's for occasionally a little, and usually I get the lower sugar kind. But I don't. It's not. I'm not a ketchup person that much. Stephanie hates it. It's more for Sammy. I'm not gonna deny her ketchup. It's just the fact that we ran out of everything at the same time. Typically, I don't even buy ketchup at Costco because you can only get those giant Heinz ketchup ones. You need to buy 3 giant bottles. It's ridiculous. I couldn't use that much ketchup in a year. I'm a mustard guy. Definitely a mustard guy. Shorts are really like not good. They're old pair. They're losing their elastic. The first pair of bike shorts I ever bought. I'm like zombie riding today. Glad I could keep you company this morning. Yeah, Matt, we gotta have you on. Let's schedule this thing. How about tomorrow? I recorded that podcast yesterday 15 times. Let's do it. But I had different iterations of that podcast that either directly referenced our conversations or talked more about them kind of like on a fringe. So I don't know. I don't even remember which one. I don't remember which one that I actually released. You know, it's funny. So I watch some other podcasts and videos, and honestly, sometimes they all have, typically they all have a point, right? They all have a theme. They all have a reason. It's not just a gab show. And sometimes mine is just a gab show, and that's fine. But sometimes I start recording, and I realize there's a concept to develop. The only way to develop it is just keep going until you talk enough that you gotta, iron it out. It's something that makes sense. So yesterday, probably like my first 2 recording hours was just blah, 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 blah. And I kind of backed into that concept. And Steph is like, what, you don't have a plan when you go down and talk for the podcast? I'm like, no, I just go and talk. Sometimes ideas hit me, sometimes they don't. I gotta work on that though. I gotta have more of a formula. You can totally use the phone. Your videos were fine. The Facebook ones were good. You could do that too. The only problem is you're not going to edit a Facebook Live. And judging by the one video that you sent me, I don't know that you're live material just yet. You can still edit off the iPhone. You can make great videos off the iPhone. I think for me, the trouble was getting the video from the phone to the laptop to edit. By the way, you gotta hold the phone sideways. If you didn't know. So trying to email the file to myself, sometimes the file's huge. It takes forever. Depends on how long you record. You can even clip them together in iMovie, so if you make a couple of different videos, try to clip them together. want the feather. I want the plus. You need to get as many free, cheap experience points as possible. And I bet iMovie lets you download directly to YouTube. I think that's what I did for my original video. There's a lot of GoPro reviews out there. I remember watching some of them that said that the GoPro sucked. Especially certain versions. But I think those people that do those reviews are mostly like really camera geeks, video geeks, and they might be right. But they're looking at every little facet of the GoPro. I tell you, I don't use it a lot. Whenever I use it, I like that I used it. I feel like the picture is really crisp and good. Sounds good. I don't do it, but I don't do a lot of video of like walking around or when I'm doing stuff, and I should do more of that. I've had multiple times where I wanted to do that kind of video and just never did. I'm gonna probably bring it with me on Saturday. Sam likes it. So I remember when I got it, and I got the stick, right? Because the stick actually really helps. Gives you a really good picture. Gives you, keeps the camera steady. So, remember when I got it, I'm looking at it and going, I can't picture me walking around with that stick in my hand, you know, with the camera face back at me, doing videos and stuff. I ran a 5K with it once. But Sam, she just, she didn't care. She didn't care what anyone thought. That's like the new generation. There's no stage fright. No Syracuse, no weigh-in. You gonna go another time? That's actually good. I didn't want to go anyway. I gotta ask Jay what time he wants me to get there. Any particular reason? You just annoyed with people? Or COVID? It's the COVID, of course. The 3 hours, Mike. It's a 3-hour ride. 3 hour. That'd be my cat. I didn't feed him this morning. He gets pissed. His bowl is up on top of a shelf and he just knocks it off. It's a 3-hour drive to go see Matt. So 3-hour drive to get my bike fixed. Which, when you think about it, I'm gonna drive my bike 3 hours. I'm gonna hang out there probably, I don't know, 6 hours. Turn around, drive home. That's still better service than I get in my local bike shop. I'll miss Saturday. By the way, that's why we're riding on Sunday and not Saturday this week. We're gonna do, what is it? One of the Watopia, I said yesterday, I can't remember. One of the Watopia courses we're gonna do on Sunday. Early though, Matt, so it's like 6 a.m. $10:30. Oh, that's. I was wondering what that was. That's what time he wants me there. Okay. All right. That's good. So I can leave at like 7. I tell you, I got all excited this morning because I woke up and I checked the ride, and Todd Sidens hit going. I thought he'd be here. Thought he was going to surprise us. I'll get there whenever, you know. Doesn't matter to me. I'll be on the front step like a homeless child. Please, sir, can you fix my bike? Moving right along with this ride, man. This is good. Mike, I know you said you're going to the next hour. Just take stock of those legs and how they're feeling. I know you've been working hard. You had a rough week this week, so save some for those tough workouts. Okay. That's good to know. I tell you what, man, if you would have said that, the funny thing is, this morning, since I signed up for both rides, and my legs were tight and sore, and I'm thinking, maybe it's not good to do both hours. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll just do the second hour. And I kind of, my alarm was set for 4:30, and I hit snooze one time, and that kind of cuts it close. But then today I cut it even closer. I just sat there. Good. I sat there, just debating on whether or not I can get up, and then I saw Sidon was going, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go up. I gotta get up. And then I thought about the podcast that I did yesterday, saying how I don't skip. I rarely skip. I didn't want to skip today since I was up already. And I felt like even just going back to sleep for 1 hour was kind of a waste. And then when Ron said he wasn't going to go, I'm like, uh-oh. And if Sidon goes, I really got to go. So I rolled out of bed and showed up. It's about showing up sometimes. So I know Romans isn't going to the 6 a.m. There's at least two possibilities. BT or Lauren. Lauren texted me last night, said she was going, so I'm thinking she's going. And if they watch the show and they watch the live stream, I want them to know, I want them to go. But if they don't go, I'm not riding the next hour. But I want them to go, because I want to ride the next hour. I also got to run today. I absolutely have to run today. But that's not going to happen until the evening. Which is really going to infringe on my bike tomorrow, but it is what it is. Absolutely have to run. Nah, it's not that. It's just, for you, it's like, you're up at 4 o'clock in the morning, man. I just think of that. It's not necessarily a beholden thing. It's like, damn, if Romans get up at 4, I should be able to get up at 5. for like a test of manhood. And I just got up. I was just walking around when Boo's texted. And once I'm up, I'm up. It's like, I don't know if I've ever actually gotten out of bed and then not gone for the ride. When do you start the 1 a.m.? You can't ride at 1 a.m. because Val would be real pissed. Yeah, wrong. It's kind of like the wrong crowd to say that to, Matt. I've learned that already. Typically with Romans and Booth. Don't ever say something outlandish, because then they'll want to do it. Booth wants to do Everesting on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve for a sting. I gotta be honest, it sounds pretty cool to do. It does sound pretty cool to do. Yeah, that's similar to my thought patterns, Mike. I just want to be consistent. I mean, the thing about the bike is I really enjoy it. I like coming here and riding. I like Zwift. I like the platform. I like the social aspect of it. Running is like, I don't know, I think maybe I should get into a running group. They always kind of like run at weird times though. And of course Ron decided that he wants to run every night at 8 p.m. on Zwift. And I think he's serious. I know a good divorce attorney in New York, man. Just saying. You need it. She needs it. I'm kidding, man. Actually, Having been through that, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. That's miserable. I take that back. I actually would wish it on my worst enemy, but after that I wouldn't. I wouldn't wish it on like anything above my worst enemy. I'm actually struggling up this hill. I'm gonna go with the magnesium today, Matt. I think I need it. Tonight I need sleep, man. I really need sleep. Tonight's gonna be a put the girl down, follow right behind. I'm gonna tone it down here for the last 5 minutes or so. Winding down here, looking pretty good. I can say, so the first 5 minutes I thought felt like forever, and the last bunch here, felt like the last half hour went by pretty quick. And again, you know, in the end, never do I don't think I've ever said, oh wow, I really wish I wouldn't have gotten up early. Alright, a little sprint here, huh? Mike, don't sprint. You got a long day. Figure I'm gonna air him out for a little bit. 18 seconds of effort. Doing the same course again at 6 a.m. Just a few minutes here, close it out. Looks like Booze is on the road. Maybe we just got to work. Nah, probably on the road. Miss you, buddy. Get BT on here for 6 a.m. So I must have started pedaling a couple of seconds late because it doesn't match up. About 6 seconds off. Interestingly enough, it doesn't say join meetup yet. Yesterday it said join meetup super early. Today, nothing. I don't know why that's so inconsistent. Some days I get in and it lets me into the meetup at like 15 minutes before. And some days it doesn't let me in until 5 minutes. I wonder what the technology is behind that. But it's frustrating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there's a new one. Alright. Good job, Mike. Let's see if anyone shows up to the next one. Just get the feet on the ground for a little bit. fight shorts are terrible. You just, you don't stay on. It's because I gained weight and I blew out the elastic. You're also 5 years old. Alright, let's get up here and see. BT showing up. That's what I like to see. Alright. Keep me honest. Loose. I rushed everything this morning. I was good. I was good to get on and get that done. Good that Mike gets up early. BT's got the canyon. I gotta start spending some of my drops. I have so much. What do I have? Like 6 million or something. Gotta buy all the bikes. Problem is, I'll buy all the bikes and then like they'll come out with something new that I want. I won't have enough for it. I don't switch bikes either. Let's take a look. In the garage. There's the shop. I got the Scott bikes because that's what I ride. Let's get the Tron bike back into rotation. That's not a bad goal. I wonder if you get experience points for buying stuff. Ooh. Water down. Do have a backup here. I did a sweat test once. It was a long time ago. Basically, he said I need to consume at least 22 ounces of water every hour in an average temperature setting. If it's hotter, I gotta drink more, obviously. Basically, you weigh yourself and then you do like a 1 hour workout pretty hard. Then you weigh yourself again. And that's how you got to take how much you lose and try to replace it, because that's supposedly all water weight, right? So, sweat test. All right, Lauren. You got 1 more minute. She comes in at the last second. She's like me. Wait till the last minute. Try to get as much sleep as possible. There's a lot of stuff to buy though, Matt. You're gonna have to ride a lot just to get enough drops. I feel like the beta testing people all got like free drops, and they were able to just buy everything. I feel like Llama did that on his video when they first opened the drop shop. They've kind of some of the stuff they do on here is neat. You got to think that the bike manufacturers probably pay for that as kind of advertising. Especially the lesser known brands like Scott. We are off. What do you get for the Pacer? You get more drops? You get more... I haven't tried it yet. starting out nice and easy like I did last time. And the goal here is just to stay on for the 50 minutes. Just find that kind of easy, natural pace. I think I tried to hitch onto the pacer one time. Just briefly, and it didn't really work. I screwed it up though. I forget what I did, but I screwed it up. Hey, there's Lauren. She made it. There's different pacers, right? So there's like the slower one. The slower one for me. But you probably get less drops, I would assume. I'm pretty sure there's one of the paces that are really kind of slow. I thought there was like a 1.5 pacer. I might be wrong. I haven't really investigated it enough. But I thought there were like a bunch of different characters. I can't see myself hanging at 2.5 watts per kilogram for too long. Unless I lose 50 pounds. I don't know if I said it to just us both times, or if there's just nobody in London. Because it's not one of the main worlds today. I probably said it to just us though, because I haven't seen anybody. Usually we see somebody, another group out here. I find that sometimes when I'm in erg mode, it feels like it all the time is like 5 watts higher than what the target is. But sometimes, if my gear is too high, it feels like the bike has trouble like slowing it down. And the same thing in the other direction. If the gear is too low and it's asking for too many watts, the wheel starts slipping. It's too much tension, I guess, to hold. BT's crushing it today. Extra hour sleep. I don't know if you watched the live stream, Lauren. I'll show you. So here's the screen, right? I think you can see it. Let me see. At the very bottom, in the blue, there's 5 different things. Yeah, you can't see it very well. One of them is dashboard. When you click on the dashboard, well, I think because I'm in a free ride, it shows this screen. But if you're in a workout, it should show a dial at the top. It'll have like a band with a line in the middle, and that line is where you are, and the band is sort of that acceptable range to target. But typically, think the top of the screen has like this little like semicircle. I don't know. I mean, I might be wrong. Alright, we're 20% of the way done. Tell you, I'm comfortable right here. I don't want any residual soreness to ruin tomorrow. And I know I gotta run tonight. Alright. Trying to settle in here. Behind on my water. Supposed to finish this bottle in an hour. Hour and 15. Not sweating that much today. A little bit. Not as much as usual. Hey, we're moving 20 miles an hour. As soon as I said something, it went down. I feel like Mike and I were kind of averaging like 17, 18. I get very quiet in the second ride. You know, if you ran out of things to say. Proud of myself last night though. We over the weekend we binge watched an entire 2 seasons of some, I don't know, some detective show kind of thing, drama, TV drama, and then we started another one. We watched 2 episodes, kind of got into it. It was pretty good. So yesterday, I talked about kind of wasting time and how we wasted time over the weekend and kind of just didn't do anything. And last night, at about 8:30, we were like, I think we should go to bed early. And I started doing some work, and I got a lot done. I blinked, it was 10:30. Time we knew we went to bed late. Tonight is early bedtime, though, for sure. I was kind of feeling, this is terrible sometimes. I don't know if you guys get this feeling sometimes, but I felt like I had so much to do. And every time I thought I would get something done, I realized I had 3 more things to do. Now, typically, the way I kind of organize myself is I have a notebook, like a little journal that I just keep all a list of things to do. And what happens is when things get in order and I find my rhythm, I don't need the notebook anymore and it kind of goes to the side. So it kind of went to the side for a couple months. And then I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I got so much to do. I got to get my stuff in order. So I went and bought a notebook, a fresh notebook. You always got to start fresh. And normally when I write my list of things to do, you know, it takes up maybe 1/3 of the page. I wrote my list out and it took up the entire page, all the way down to like that very last line. And I had to double up on some lines. And I was like, no wonder I feel overwhelmed. So I just started checking some things off, kind of getting that list a little bit shorter. And it's still long. I still have a lot to do. But sometimes I just kind of overbook myself without even realizing. And then I go and do something like yesterday where I record the podcast 20 times. And I waste my whole morning. Not waste. I mean, it's good to get the podcast in good shape, but that's all time I could have done something else. Then I have to get our Thursday night ride ready. Did about an hour or 2 on that. Maybe an hour on that last night. Less than 30 minutes to go. Get a good one in, Mike. It's still dark out. It's still dark out here. It's definitely dark out right here. I think the funny thing is when I was riding with Mike, I barely even noticed these hills. They're little, they're not tremendous, but now they're annoying. Like, I don't remember this hill being this long. I know it's only 3%. It's probably because Mike was pulling me up it. You could do that too. Definitely use your laptop camera. I use my laptop camera for my interviews. I do it on Zoom. So that's my laptop camera. The top wasn't closed. I'm spilling water all over myself. Yeah, my camera right now is the one that's on me. Is my laptop camera. It's not bad. Probably not as good as the GoPro or the Canon that I use for the podcast, but it's not bad. And the stream kind of messes it up too. Halfway there. Just keep telling myself, like, this is what I need. Right here. This is what I need. This same thing I said yesterday. Because a lot of times I get to that 1 hour mark and I just hit a wall or some kind of, and it doesn't even matter how fast I'm going. I don't know if it's a mental wall or what. Do I record using clicks? What is that? See? OBX? Oh. Oh, the studio software? No. No. The only time I've used the OBS for recording is if I'm doing a video and I want to show people like something I'm doing on screen, like a spreadsheet, I mean, look, there's no crime in doing it anyway. You know? In reality, you know what's going to drive your viewers is the content. The content's going to drive the viewers. And the second thing behind that, there's no way I'm sprinting this. The only thing behind that that's going to potentially bring viewers is quality. Quality and editing. So the more, you know, more little bells and whistles you throw in there, you make the show a little more entertaining for people to watch. The problem with the OBS though, Matt, is you gotta just test it out. Because I tell you what, the problem that I've run into is like I tried to record Zwift and it records for 5 minutes and then it buffers. So it doesn't hold. So you just gotta test it out a few times. I don't trust it, is what I'm saying, I guess. I've done videos longer than 5 minutes. For some reason it doesn't record Zwift well. And it could be my laptop isn't strong enough, maybe yours is. And it also takes a long time to compile. So like you finish the video, you hit stop, and you know, if it's a 2-minute video, it might take 20 seconds to compile, but if it's a 30 to 40 minute video, it could take like an hour to compile, and more than that. And then you kind of gotta just hope that it works. But if your video is gonna be short, then yeah, man, go for it. So that first ride I did 55 minutes, this ride is 50. My bet is we don't make it around to that sprint again. So we did a video series with Stephanie about our Couch to 5K. Right around when Ellie was born. And she was trying to start getting back to running. So every week we do like a recap. So we show the Couch to 5K plan, which by the way is totally changed now. I don't even think you can find it that way. Less than 20 minutes to go. I'm dragging ass a little bit today, at least right now. Huh. That's a pain in the ass though. the Couch to 5K is actually on Team Ordinary. It's just a plan. It's just a schedule. So what happened was, I had someone do a Couch 5K program for us before I was a coach. And it kind of sat there and it didn't really get a lot of use. So Stephanie tried to use it. And I think she put together a video series. And she didn't even finish it. She did like 8 weeks and didn't finish it. So then we wound up revamping the Couch to 5K, and now it's up on the teamordinary.com page. If you look at the top on the menu, it's up there. So it's a calendar, and there's a lot of intervals in the start, walking intervals, that kind of thing. You know, I think one of the things that got me when I started was I just wanted to run as far as I could every time, which wasn't far. So I'd get on the treadmill and run a mile or a mile and a half and be like, all right, I'm done. And I'd step off. But as I got older and wiser, or I started being in the sport a little bit more, I realized that, you know what, it's one thing to go on the treadmill for 15 minutes. It's another to maybe run a half a mile and then walk for 2 or 3 minutes. And keep repeating that. So you stay on the treadmill for like 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour. Getting that rest in and recovery. And you work yourself harder, kind of by default. And I think a lot of new people don't realize that. Like, A, it's okay to walk. B, it's, in the end, you're going to get more of a workout out of it. And you're going to improve faster than you think you can. New watch day for you, that's awesome. But yeah, we had a couple people do the podcast for a while there. June Walker was doing the Couch to 5K. Who else did it? Chantel Sandberg was doing it for a while. I gotta circle up with her. I haven't talked to her in a while. June was running. June was doing it, and then she got injured for a week, and then she had to deal with the Oregon fires. And so we had her checking in from time to time. She's funny, and it just kind of fell off the map. But I still talk to her. I talk to her a lot, so my assumption is she's still running. I just don't know if she actually will finish the plan or not. She had a couple of hiccups, one with her knee and then the fire. The fires are like a week-long thing. And she has like farm animals and stuff she needed to keep safe. gotta think about what course to do on Thursday night. Maybe we'll go back to London. Everyone loves the subway tunnel. Alright, we're making some good progress here. 12 minutes to go. Actually, there's a couple guys, so I keep a list of everyone I invite to Thursday night ride. What happens is if you go a couple times, I keep you on a list. And it's like permanent list. So you'll always get invited. So the problem is, obviously, some people, they just don't go. And that's fine, but they're on the list. So I never know when to pull them off the list. Like maybe we've had people leave for months and then come back. And then I think sometimes some people change their names so that I can't invite them again. Which is funny. Ten minutes to go. Yeah, I don't think we're making it back to the sprint. I'm visiting Matt Saturday, so can't ride Saturday. So move it to Sunday. We're doing a course that's like, it's a Watopia course. I'm gonna make him self-conscious. We could ride Saturday. I got my daughter with me, you know? I mean, I could toss her Trek on there. I could certainly do that. I get nervous. So her Trek is, it's small, obviously. And it only goes on the last rung of the bike rack. It won't go further than that. I can't get it over the cog. So it sits at the end of the bike rack. And it bounces around. It's a 4-bike rack. And it bounces around. It makes me nervous even when I'm driving just to her mother's house. Maybe I'll see if I can get it on there a little better. So if you want to ride with an 11-year-old, we could do that. She would love it. She loves to ride. But we're looking at like a max of like 5 miles. Alright, we are winding down here, man. This is good. 5 minutes to go. How old are, what are the ranges of your kids? Matt, I think your daughter is what, high school? The boys are younger? I tell you, man, this was great. This was great getting this 410 and 17. Yeah, so bring the 10-year-old. If I can get the bike on the rack and I feel comfortable about driving it 6 hours, I'll do that. She'll be happy. the hill, up the hill. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I could put the bike inside the car. I didn't even think of that. I could do that easy. It's not like I'm going anywhere, staying the night. Packing bags. She's gonna hate riding in the cold. I didn't even think of that. We'll check the weather. Last I checked, it's gonna rain here on the weekend, but that's so far away. It always changes. Look like finishing out on the hill. Little hill. Glad I got this done. Hour and 45 minutes of riding. Good way to start the day. My watch here really weak, but that wasn't the purpose. I had to save the legs. Magnesium, Matt. Going for the magnesium. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, pretty weak. That's alright.